Hello, everyone. Welcome to another show of Talking Indie Mayhem. I'm Madilynn Dale, your host this evening, and we are going to have a great time. We are actually bringing people in from last week's episode to join us on today's episode, because I know we missed a couple of people, so this is going to be pretty entertaining. We do have a few stragglers taking their time joining us, but until they get here, we are going to get to have some fun with some of the losers for the Loser Town. So, further introduction, let's chat with our losers. Hey, guys.
Oh, yay, Samantha, we're losers together.
Yes. So I know we're missing two of our losers, but it's okay. They're running late, I guess. I don't know.
It's all right.
Before we get going too much, guys, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell our viewers a little bit about yourself. I know it may be a repeat, but maybe some of our viewers didn't catch the full episode. Oh. So, Samantha, how about you take it away and go first?
Samantha gets to go first.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, hi there. I am Samantha Bryant. I'm the author of the Menopausal Superhero series, and this is Pumpkin, who keeps me company and makes sure I spend enough time in my chair to get some writing done.
Sweet. And then Venessa.
I am Venessa Giunta. I am the author of the Soul Cavern series, and I'm also a freelance editor and a loser.
So, guys, what did you expect when you signed up for Indie Mayhem?
Honestly, I thought there would be a bit more mayhem. It was more like, mischief than actual mayhem. Yeah.
I agree.
But the top hat did help. Yeah.
Oh, I missed the top hat.
Yeah. Venessa didn't get the top hat on her episode. Samantha wore the top hat. Let me see. I think I've got a good little clip. Oh, there's Mark. Mark, thank you for joining us.
Hey, guys.
We were just talking smack about you being late. Don't worry, though. Josh is running late, too.
I'm only 3 minutes late.
The whole reason I'm on this week instead of last week because last week I was on Josh's podcast during this time. So it's his fault that I'm a week late. I'm just saying.
It happens. I mean, it just keeps things entertaining, though, right? So, Mark, since you've joined us, go ahead and tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and what you thought when you signed up for Indie Mayhem.
So, my name is Mark Stallings. I'm in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I write science fiction and fantasy. In fact, last Friday, I just had my 7th publication come out. I started writing 2016, and my first publication was May of 2020. So, what did I think coming onto the show? I've known Ron. We've been on several panels together. He's hilarious, and I just thought it would be a fun little thing. I didn't expect it to get kind of as wacky as it did, which was just entertaining as heck. And then that got me to want to rope all of my other author buddies into doing it too.
Yes, so, that is good. Good to hear. So I'm going to play a clip real quick. Yeah, mischief is good, Vanessa good. Here's this.
As writers, you should appreciate that.
So there's the epic hat.
I'm sorely disappointed that I did
not. Yeah, we didn't get to see that.
I got the hat. That was my episode.
Yeah.
That damn RJ.
And I mean, I felt like the hat really kind of made it a little bit crazier for this week's episode. Because since I get to do this following episode, I get to see everything before it airs. And I was like, what is going on with this hat?
So maybe we need to send him
come from.
Maybe we need to send him some other hats, a bowler one week so he can go off.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I think he'd be good with a bolero style cowboy hat. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A nice mariachi.
A floppy beach hat. That would be good.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
And I know there's also too
And a little
some
fascinator.
you could get like a fancy headband and have Ron wear them. So RJ have the hats and Ron could do the fancy headband.
Or like a little fascinator that is
Or the
horizontally on
one
his
that's a
head.
drink so that you can drink your hat.
Yes.
Yeah, but I feel like that might be too normal. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm adding Josh to our stream, guys. Hey, Josh.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Josh.
Not too much. Welcome to
Oh,
Loser Town.
Anita, cat ears. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yes. We're talking about getting things, crazy hats and headbands for Ron and RJ to wear at the next for like their further shows.
So Ron needs a miniature cowboy hat, like a tiny one, really tiny,
with the strap that goes around his chin.
Yeah, he needs that. Now, and RJ needs the biggest top hat he can find.
He already had that.
No, but I mean, as
Adam's idea of
like a Dr. Seuss Cat in the Hat style, super tall.
Yeah, so what you do is so that and that should be their regular attire. It shouldn't just be a once only thing. It should be the regular attire. That way, see, you got the and then occasionally they should break out into song. That's something else they should do.
That's something I can get behind.
Just randomly.
Just
It
randomly.
seemed a little wrong that he didn't have a cane to go with the top hat because he could have done the whole Young Frankenstein thing.
Oh,
yes.
And I'm going to tell you now, he's got a surprise for everybody here in a little bit. So.
It could be a monocle.
Yeah. So
he could be like the Monopoly guy with the monocle and the top hat and the cane.
Hey,
that is true. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't take advice.
And I prefer the term "not winner" to loser.
It's okay. I cried
Less
before I went on the air. That's why I was a little late. I had to get the tears out. I had to look like a half respectable human being or something to that effect anyway.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I've got some questions for you guys, but I'm going to jump back to Mark and Vanessa's thing. So here's the clip, and we're going to chat about it, okay? So you guys get to join in on this fun stuff in case you didn't see last week's episode.
Name the Twilight erotic fan fiction, also a little bit erotic fan fiction that went on to become a blockbuster book and a movie.
Venessa.
50 Shades of Grey.
That's it.
It's true. I feel like we learned something about Venessa for her knowing that.
Can I just say I was totally cheering with excitement when I saw that question come up, and I was like, yes!
I didn't even have to hear all of it. I just had heard like the first 5 words, and I was like, I know that.
Hell, I knew that. I mean, so that one's an easy one.
I didn't know it was Twilight fan fiction, so I learned.
I didn't either, so that was something I picked up from that. But I was like, and then Ron's reaction too. I had to use that on Ron because it was his reaction. It cracked me up so bad, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" Oh. And here's another clip from you guys.
Learning.
Quick.
Yep.
All right. Who can make a convincing chicken noise?
Mark.
Oh,
that was good.
All right.
Good. All right.
Nope. He gets the point there.
Okay, I had to pull the crazy noises in there. I love it when they ask questions where you have to make a crazy noise. Mark, did you just react? Like, how did you go about answering that?
So, my great-grandmother had chickens, and we would go to her house, and they had the horrid rooster that would chase you around. I mean, it was like the most evil animal on the planet. And so they would start off, and they would see you from like 40 feet away and would go, "Bagak!" and then come after you. And you knew that was, as soon as you heard that, you had to run.
I have to ask, was it a banny chicken? Like a banny rooster?
Well, it was in Delaware, so I think it was a blue hen.
Okay. Because I've been chased by a bunch of banny roosters before. We used to have to carry sticks around.
I mean, it was evil.
Keep them away. Yeah, chickens
but
are...
here, I'm going to tell you, that was a tasty chicken.
I believe it.
Our uncle
chicken.
Got a hold of that bird and snapped its neck. And, we ate that dinner.
I
It
bet.
was good.
Yeah.
Spite is an excellent spice.
Yes.
Yeah, if there'd have been more questions like that, I totally would have had it.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
It was.
No,
Roosters are
roosters
evil, yeah.
can be evil. So can turkeys. I know this because
Oh no, turkeys are. Yeah. they
I
can be
used
pretty
to.
mean.
So here is my unofficial first job ever. When I was like 6, 7 years old, my mom used to work at a cutty farm in Strathroy, Ontario. So we would take us with her on some weekends.
Ooh.
And guess what? We would chase chicken. I used to chase turkeys all through the yard. Yeah, so I know how evil those birds can be, man. I really did.
Swans
Yeah.
are mean.
Oh yeah,
you weren't
swans and geese.
chasing them, Josh.
Geese are
Yeah.
the
What?
worst.
Because it was
They're
about getting
evil.
the eggs, right? So you chase it. You
Yes.
had to chase them out to get the egg, to scoop out the eggs. So I would do it.
And then
They are
peacock.
modern day T-Rexes. You are right.
Peacocks are also evil.
Don't
and
even
mean.
get me started on peacocks. My honeymoon, I almost got attacked by one because it wanted the eggs and my breakfast on my plate because we were in Jamaica and they were just running around wild. Nope.
Yep.
Pass. Okay, so I've got another clip from last week. I want to hear y'all's thoughts on it. Like it's hilarious. Samantha, you and Josh are gonna crack up. So
Bob, the question is, how would you drown a rodent if your hands are tied behind your back?
I guess I would just hold them in my mouth and just swim out into the water and drown that way.
That is
That's worth a point. Just
That
because the
is-
commitment
yeah,
to putting a rat in your mouth is
Yeah.
awful.
or a mouse, or a rabbit,
The south is
possibly a squirrel.
a different place.
I've
Well, I mean,
had
it's-
squirrel.
then he
Squirrel
eats
is
them.
tasty.
Yeah, and then he eats them, so it'll be fine.
So how did y'all feel about answering that question?
I just visualized, my hands are tied and I'm gonna step on it. That's why I said feet.
I knew at that point that Bob had won.
But yeah, in his mouth. I don't want rats in my mouth.
No,
Yeah,
that takes a commitment. I just don't have. I don't really want to actually
No,
ever find
yeah.
out if I have the stomach for it.
Yes, for real.
If I had
was-
this particular task, the rat would just live. That's not how I'm going to go about it.
And
I'm
I don't
with
want
you.
bitey rat face near my face. I mean,
no, 'cause
No.
they claw you and everything.
no,
And I mean,
no.
and I had to ask him. I was like, "How are you going to drown the rat and not drown yourself?" Like,
But my question is, why the hell are my hands tied behind my back and I'm fucking around with a rat?
that's true.
Exactly.
I feel like my priorities would be way out of whack at that point.
Yes. Okay, so here's the clip from this week's, and this kind of cracked me up too. So here we go.
This question is also for everybody, like my last one. Which of the United States neighbors is worse, Canada or Mexico, and why?
Let's start with Josh.
Canada, because we're better than you.
So you're worse because you're better.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll have to.
My
Let's listen. I think so. Let's hear what Samantha has to say.
Canada, they're just so damn nice, and then you feel bad about being mean, and yeah, so Canada.
Okay.
Blame
Okay.
Canada.
All right. And what about you, Adam?
Canada, have you ever seen how they just kind of hover over us on a map? They're just waiting. They're just waiting.
True.
I would give everybody a point for that one. What do you
Everyone?
think?
All right.
So I do have to ask. Ron has a good question. Did everybody say Canada because Josh was on the show?
Probably.
Because I felt like it was a little like, here, we're going to hate on Josh just a little bit, but
I mean, I've been to both countries repeatedly, and I've never had Canadian equivalent of Montezuma's Revenge. So I wouldn't vote Canada.
I feel like given like those two choices, I would opt for C and choose Texas.
so Josh, why did you go ahead and like tell
Because
us? what your thoughts were?
because once I realized that the show is about being how obnoxious I could possibly be, I thought that I live in Canada and thus I'm better than you is the perfect answer for this show. It's the absolute perfect answer.
It was
right?
a good
Yeah.
answer. Maple syrup revenge. Yes. And here's another good one. I really loved Samantha's answer on this one. So here we go.
Uh-oh.
Do you consider it research to read or listen or watch other people's work?
Samantha?
That is what I tell everyone I am doing so that I can claim it on my taxes.
Excellent.
Oh, nice. I didn't even think of the financial benefit.
High five to Samantha on that one. High five. Yes. Yeah.
That answer
Yeah,
was right.
you get a high five for that.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Like I heard that's like I'm not topping that.
Tax fraud. I mean, it was hilarious though, because I was like, "What?"
Hey, it's
That
only
was
fraud
bad
if the
humor.
IRS actually audits you.
True.
And sometimes it's not even they won't even consider it fraud because you say, "What do you do? I'm a writer. I need to read." Oh,
Yeah.
oh my
I
god.
mean,
Research.
my accountant puts it
Yeah.
through. Yep.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I also, write off Dragon Con and stuff. So,
Hey, I mean, that's a big thing for write-off. So, and then
That's
here
what I
is another really good one. Where did it go? So I've got a list for you guys. It's awesome. So
In one sentence, what is your best 1-star review on some work you've done? Starting with Adam.
The only 1-star review I've gotten, they just left a rating. They didn't leave a comment.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like how he threw in. It was the only one he ever had, like a humble brag.
a humble brag,
Yeah.
right?
All right.
Samantha, you've had many more 1-star reviews.
Unfortunately, I have.
What?
But my favorite one is the one that looked for Going Through the Change, a menopausal superhero novel, and was angry that it wasn't a self-help book about how to get through menopause.
Excellent.
Oh, that is a good one. How about you, Josh?
Not for my books, but for my podcast. I said I talk too much on my own show.
All right, I'm gonna
Very
I'm
plausible. Very
I'm
plausible.
gonna break with tradition. I'm gonna tell you about mine, and it started off. I haven't read this book, but the person was mad about the description of my fantasy novel, or not that somebody I used in my blurb, like a quote from another author, and he didn't like what that guy said. And so he gave me a 1-star. Now, the nice thing was some other people read it and gave me higher reviews. They're like, I would have given him 3 stars, but I'm giving him 4 because that guy who didn't read the book.
Hey, everyone. I want to balance it out.
Yay.
The end.
Nice.
that one I had to share because those were great. And like, how did y'all really feel about your 1-star reviews? Like, because I feel like y'all were laughing there, but when you actually discovered it, what was that feeling?
I have a very I took it this is like as a snickle. Wait, more people saw my show. Yes. I don't even like. Truthfully, I don't care. Like I've gotten to that point with reviews. It's just like I like reviews. The more reviews I get, the more people will see my stuff, and that's all I care about. Listen, if people give me a giant pile of 1-star reviews, I've done something right. Right?
They're seeing it.
That's right. They're seeing it. Also, they have a real feeling about it. I'll take it. 5 stars, 4 stars, 1 stars. I want 3 stars. That bastard 2 stars. Now those can piss me off because damn, they might make sense.
I got a 2-star on one of my smut books, and what had happened was another smut author had put an email blast out to her people, and so it was one of her readers, and she gave me a 2-star review because she felt like the other chick is better, like the other writer. I wasn't the other writer, so it wasn't as good.
That's insane.
So, yeah.
So, what suggestions would you guys have for Ron and RJ for their craziness on the show?
I would love a score. I would love a scoreboard because honestly, I think I also just because I had no idea if I mean I had a hunch like I wasn't winning that one, but
I think it's also like whose line is it anyway, where the score doesn't actually matter. Like that.
But see, I think that would add to the joke. See, I would actually add to the joke because you could literally watch them sabotage scores on the air because it's their show, and they could literally do it right in front of you. I think that would just be one of those things. Wait a minute, why is my score going down? Because I feel like it. It's just like one of those little genius little like moments of like.
Yeah, earned demerits. Oh, that was the worst answer I've heard. Yeah, I think you might lose a point for that one.
Yeah.
You could do the little scorecards like, the Russian judge at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to chat with our winner next, guys, so stick around.
Who wants to talk to the winners? Come on now.
Coming up, we have Adam from this week's show. Hey.
Hey.
I know I had you sitting there forever. I'm sorry we got to chatting too long. So how do you feel about being the winner?
You know, I have to come back.
It's true.
Yeah, I got to come back.
You have to compete against me too. So.
Oh boy. Or well, okay. So I won't have to come back a second time.
Well, I mean, maybe. I did not plan to win when I did it. So did you feel like you going in, did you have an idea like you were going to win it or just kind of hang it? It's probably his proudest moment. Ron. Semi-finals, yes.
I don't know. I felt pretty good going in, and then Josh was just like bang, 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 bang with answers. And I'm like, oh boy, he's really trying for this. So
competitive. I like
very
it.
competitive. Very competitive. But
do you feel like your new book release maybe gave you some luck and everything since it came out yesterday, Into the Black?
Maybe hadn't made that connection, but I suppose it's possible.
Kendra was giving you good vibes.
Definitely.
So as soon as Josh wanted it, you wanted to crush him. I mean, is that true, Adam?
Look, I have a little brother, okay? So there's always, you know, it takes a while to awaken any kind of a competitive streak.
Yes, I feel that. I like the exploding scoreboard idea. Would you have to clear it with the wife since it's her basement too?
Oh, just have it explode confetti.
Canadians are so competitive. Oh gosh. So I picked some clips out to like talk with you over. I know you saw several of the clips for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So let's pull one up.
Have you ever written an entire novel or series of novels without any idea of what will happen? Or are you a big chicken?
Adam?
Definitely the first.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
That's good. You're proud of you.
Josh says he really wanted it. I'm sure he did. So with that question, I felt I could see you were like, oh, like you were holding off, like, wait, maybe I should. So
no,
it
wasn't.
Chicken because Kendra pushes you to do it, like your character, or
No, it wasn't. It wasn't hesitation. It wasn't hesitation because I wasn't like. I mean, everybody who knows me, who's listened to me talk about how I write, knows that I'm a pantser.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I couldn't hide it if I wanted to, right? No, I was just waiting for Ron to finish the question. I didn't know, when he would actually finish.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, are you done yet? Are you done? Okay, you're done.
Nice. And when you started kind of racking up points, did you change your strategy about how you were answering things?
Since Ron's method of scoring is fair plus, I had no idea. I really had no idea where I was for points. So it's just like, no, I'm just going to give the best answers I can.
It's a good strategy. So moving forward, since you are going to the semifinals,
yes,
are you going to change up how you play the game?
No.
Nice.
No, it's a game. I mean, you stick with what got you there, right?
That's true. So I have another fun clip for you.
Oh boy.
Again, a question for everybody. What is your spouse or significant others or whatever? What is their worst quality? If you don't have anyone special in your life right now, just sigh and say, I'm alone. Adam.
And she's going to be watching this, so I'm a dead man. Oh, wait, there it is. Worst quality.
Is that she'll watch the show or that she'll kill you? I felt like that was ambiguous.
Yeah.
Kill you.
Yeah.
She's a murderer. That's what it is.
Okay, murderer.
After the show, we should probably
bad quality.
Call the state police and
you might have to edit this one out if you want him if he wins. I'm just saying.
All right, Samantha, what do you got?
He has too many hobbies that involve many small pieces that are hard to find homes for in our home.
I see.
Lego.
So, has your wife seen the episode yet? Because you're still living.
Yes, she has. Fortunately, she's very forgiving.
Yes, that's a good quality. Good quality. Thank you for not taking Adam out. We appreciate that. So, what does she think about the winning the game?
She's happy about it, and she asked, "Okay, so they said you're getting a prize pack. When is that showing up?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Great question.
They're imagining.
I'm going to have to ask Ron and RJ because I haven't seen it yet either.
No, and you won before I did, didn't you?
I know, I was the very first winner, so they're slacking.
Well, they've got this show to produce.
That is true. So, and I think they're working on more books too. So maybe.
Go figure.
Yeah. So if you had any suggestions for the guys about the show, what would you say?
Be a serious suggestion is be a little bit more clear whether it's everybody gets a chance or first one to answer question, because sometimes I wasn't sure. Not greedy, Ron. You make promises we're waiting for you to deliver on. That's
He's
not
laughing in the background.
We didn't ask for the prizes. You said you get them.
And did you have a favorite part of the show?
Being able to interact with everybody and hearing the other answers, because we're just all there to have fun in the end. Whoever won and whoever
Cake is a lie.
Whoever won in the end, and winning can be a debatable term. Since we have to come back, we have to spend another Saturday with these two.
Yes.
That's
going to happen.
Yeah. It's there just to have fun.
Yes. Well, Adam, thank you so much for hanging out with us on the show. Before you go, tell everybody where they can find your new book.
Sure. It's on Amazon and it's wide. I know it's at Barnes & Noble, so you can get it. Yes, Vanessa.
Yes. I mean, I would totally take Cake, so.
But yeah, you can get it on Amazon or wide, and you can get it in ebook, paperback, hardback, or audiobook. So whatever format you like, you can have it. And if you go to the Go Indie Now channel the page on Facebook, there are a couple of the stories, the audiobook stories I put up there yesterday when I took over the group. So you can actually listen to those right now.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Adam.
Hey, thank you. It was a lot of fun to be here.
All right, guys. So coming up, we are going to be talking with the crazy guys behind the show.
Why, hello.
Hello there, guys. And here is RJ with another crazy hat that we were talking about at the beginning of the show.
I may have to get some more hats. I have a few, but I was just going to get rid of this one because it doesn't fit. But if I put it on over the microphone, the little headset here, then it makes me look taller too. Which
I do have to say, we came up with some crazy fun headgear for you guys.
Well, I feel like it's a hat war now, and I'm going to have to dig out all my costume stuff and bring out the big guns.
Yep.
I have so many hats.
See, Vanessa says that we definitely need more hats. So doing errands. This is probably hilarious to listen to while doing errands. Oh, so guys, what did you think of this episode?
Well, it was my first foray into being a special effects spectacular.
RJ representing the Amish
the laugh track, the various noises.
Yes, they were good. Especially, I'm gonna play it. This one.
As writers, you should appreciate that.
I think that was like one of the first ones in there, and I was like, "Whoa, that's new."
I had to delay a little bit to get the full horn sound in, and I found that spot where our eyes were opening and closing, and I just cut out like 5/100ths of a second and repeated it 10 times. And I'm like, wow.
Nice. And then this one I thought was cute because I feel like this really kind of brings out y'all's friendship.
When did RJ and I become friends? A, elementary school, B, high school, C, college, or D, never. We're just colleagues.
Josh?
B.
High school. That is correct. We are more than colleagues.
It's true.
And I loved that Josh put that little heart in there, little for you guys. I was like, yes, because I gave y'all a hard time about like if you felt like a married couple last week. Yes. So I feel like it's just gonna happen. You guys are gonna start functioning like a married couple before long.
It's just going to happen. We're going to kill our wives,
Start fighting.
get married.
We already don't have sex, so.
Yeah, so it's like we're married.
And y'all are both gardening, so I mean, you can just kind of mesh your lives together.
How dare you? He's not gardening. He's just got shit growing in his yard with no effort.
Been too
Which is
lazy
gonna
to remove the
rhubarb
rhubarb.
works.
Oh gosh. So what did you think about the suggestions everybody had tonight?
Garbage.
I like
the
the
hat ones were
exploding
fine.
scoreboard, but
But here's the problem with the scoreboard. Because we have to edit out all the bad stuff that the losers do on the show. The score would like one second the score would be tied at 3, and the next second one person would have 6. I mean, it would look bad.
especially when they see us correcting things, like
Yeah, they just have to trust us. Believe in
in
the
our fair
system.
plusness.
Believe in the system, and yeah, fair plus. I mean, it's plus.
Yeah.
GM.
How could you even consider doubting fair plus?
Idiots. That's why they didn't win.
The way
I mean, I'm
don't hear
sorry
the
to be
winners
so harsh.
complaining, do you?
No.
Yeah, the winners are fine with
I
the
mean,
score.
Adam's a little worried, I think. So
He should
and
be.
I do have to say, none of us have seen those prizes yet.
That is true. Do you not even remember your own show? Last week I was like, it takes 8 to 9 months. The stuff comes from China by boat.
Yeah.
What if we have new people watching tonight? You never know.
Well,
so
I understand why they wouldn't remember, but why you
Takes a
don't
long
remember
time
is the
to get
confusing part.
Gold and diamonds, these things take time to acquire.
Vanessa really gets me.
yes.
Yeah.
And you got to think we're all getting old here. So I mean,
Well, that's true.
memory goes out the door.
Except for you. Yeah. But yeah, RJ and I are old for sure.
So let's see. We've got another show coming up next week. And the questions, did you guys change up the questions? Because I know you've steadily been growing the questions as we go through episodes.
Every time we get new questions, and sometimes we reuse old questions if they worked really, really well or not at all, and we cut them.
Yeah. Not next episode, not episode 5, but episode 6. I think the questions are 6, 7, and 8. We just did last weekend, and I think those questions are very different because we are learning things, and when we see things that work, we try and incorporate that later on in future episodes. Although I feel like the well is dry, and we may not have any questions for episode 9.
There may be no questions left to ask.
Yeah,
Really, that's what we're up against now.
We'll just be sitting, staring at each other.
I mean, you could have more animal noises. Those are always fun.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the animal noises.
That is true.
We could do an entire show now, make us sound like a hedgehog.
I mean, or you could have somebody sound like Chewbacca or like anything like that. I mean, that would be a good noise, right? Why are y'all silent?
We're paying attention to what you say. Are you not used to people listening to you? and
I
taking you
mean-
seriously.
Well, she's a mother, so she's
Yeah, I was gonna say, I do have a 4-year-old.
Ugh.
Half the time it goes in one ear and out the other. It's like, what?
Okay, this is a great comment. I tried to do this before the premiere of the show in our Facebook group and in just on my own Facebook. And I think that the problem was the timing. I got no help. And so now, maybe now that we have been doing it, we should open that up, and then we'd have to have a whole nother set of thank yous for the question. Right? It sounds like a lot of work now.
Oh, all the thanking. Yeah.
Always,
I hate
always,
thanking.
always.
I'm not very thankful.
How many questions would someone have to supply to get a proper thank you?
Vanessa wants to know if she can write this off on her taxes.
Oh,
would say
absolutely.
Yeah, I think Vanessa and Samantha can both apparently write off anything on their taxes. Although now it's a little late because that wasn't the deadline yesterday.
This next year. I mean,
Well, that's true. You're right. It does come every year.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll sign off on the write-off. Vanessa,
There you
go Joe. Yes.
I think Vanessa's right though. That now
that's a
that
good idea,
people have
yeah.
seen the show, we should go back out and try to crowdsource questions.
Agreed.
Because,
And those of you watching, definitely drop some questions in the comments too.
yeah,
Oh,
It's a great
because-
way to
well, not in the comments. They need to be. We don't want the people to
True. Okay,
advance
everybody
warning. It
email
has
them
to
all
be-
to Ron.
yeah, email me or direct message me on the Facebook
Blow up his message box.
because yeah, we don't want to. I mean, we had an issue where we filmed 3 shows, and at the end of the day, we had 1 show. The other 2 were gone. I blame me, and so does RJ. And so we reused those questions, and so even tonight, there were times when I'm like, "Oh, they knew that question," because they came back to be filmed again, but it wasn't the same 3 people on the same per show. They were mixed into the next 3 shows, and it was impossible not to have them have the questions. But
Nice.
So every now and then, somebody who'd heard the question before would be like, "Green," like, yes, but not terribly entertaining.
right, and you knew they were an idiot, and there was no way they would know.
Right.
But then they
weren't
knew.
fooling anyone.
So anytime you saw somebody get a question right, they probably already knew the question.
Yeah.
It was all cheating. We've already got our own game show scandal.
Yes. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, so what are we gonna do moving forward? What do you think you guys will change up besides the questions?
Well, obviously, we've heard the people call for more hats.
True.
A lot more hats. And I may
More
even
hats.
get out like my mustache collection,
Yes.
and wear a different mustache for each episode.
You should do it.
So,
You
yeah.
should make them fun colors too.
At least for the mayhem portion.
Yeah, I wish we could. I guess that's true. We could just take time and I can put them on. I do
Yeah.
have a bunch of wigs. I just saw Vanessa
Oh,
made another
yeah,
wig.
Vanessa's wigs.
Yes.
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 So,
Do it.
I mean, my wife and I love dressing up for costume parties. So we have a ton of stuff. And now
And
I
you
have to go dig it out of the basement where it's in
Yes.
storage. So thanks,
Do it.
everybody.
And, you could wear
Yeah.
your wife's costumes, do kind of a Monty Python.
Indie
sort of a-
Mayhem Drag Race. Vanessa's comment. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, now these are some great comments. Forget about the scoreboard, you guys. Just focus on wigs and hats and dresses. I think you found your I don't know.
We've
your
got our new
strength.
stride. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got some news for the coming week, guys.
Yes.
So I've got the list this time since, I like to lose things on occasion. First off, I want to say Adam, the winner for this week's episode, is going to have an interview up on the Go Indie Now blog. Fresh buttered popcorn, I believe. This week should be up by Thursday, from what Joe told me. So you guys go check that out. Drop a comment, share it everywhere. Just like this show, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, boas with feathers. Yes. I could get behind a pink boa, guys. I'm not going to lie. Also, Wednesday, we have the Spotlight 3 with director Adrian, oh my gosh, Bonvinto. I'm sorry if I butchered that last name. Don't hate me. Of the race car documentary, Rookie Season. Thursday, we've got 2 episodes of the 3X structure coming up, The Protagonist and The Mentor. Saturday is Genres, which is Gothic Horror. And then Sunday, we have This Week in Indies, and I will be the host talking about social media marketing, guys. So make sure you hop on. Just hit the bell button down below, and it'll let you know every time we have a show come up and go live. So, yeah, it's going to be a very, very busy week. But, yeah. And you'll probably be seeing more of us moving forward because, you know, we like to hang out here. But as we wrap up, yes, fresh buttered popcorn right there, the blog spot down there. I'm not closer to it like I normally am. That's where you want to find Adam's interview. And Adam is awesome, so make sure you check out his book as well as everybody else on the show. But, yeah, wrapping it up, you guys, just remember it's always time to go indie now. Have a good night.